All right, we're here at Warped Tour 2016, Tinley Park, and we're hanging out with Vanna right now. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Davey. I am in Vanna, and I'm the guy that yells at you and never shuts up.
So, other than the heat, how's it been for you guys?
Oh, it's been awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's been cool this year. Warped Tour is always a dream to do, you know. And this year they split the monster stages in two, and they made them the size of main stages. So I was like, we first heard about that, we were like, oh, that's so cool. And then we're like, oh crap, they're as big as main stages. Like, can we fill that kind of like audience? And every day, every time I come around that corner of the stage, I'm like, oh, there it is. Wow. It's been really overwhelming, the response that we've gotten. I think the most overwhelming part for me and for us as a band is that when I say, how many people have seen Vanna before, people raise their hands, and I say, I haven't seen Vanna. It's most of the crowd, and they all took the time out of their day to come by and see us play, which is just like so cool. That's like the coolest thing I've ever done. So, yeah, it's been
That's cool.
It's been very cool.
Yeah, that is cool. There's a lot of fans of yours probably have heard you, but haven't been able to see
us
you yet.
Right? Yeah. So we put out a record 2 years ago on Warped Tour, and then I feel like after the Warped Tour, that word kind of spread and buzz spread about our band, and we only did, I think, we did a couple of full U.S. tours, but like some markets didn't get hit, and some kids were late to stuff. So we saw a lot of like especially on Twitter and Instagram, like a lot of kids being like so psyched, been waiting 2 years to see Vanna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is so cool to us that kids like, especially with like all the bands out now and people's attention span. I mean, your attention span is as big as a 15-second Instagram video.
Yeah.
It's just cool that the kids literally like, I've waited 2 years to see you, and like you just haven't come here, or I've been gone, or whatever. So this year has been it's been a very very like humbling and just overwhelming year for us.
So after Warped Tour, what's going on with you guys?
We got a full U.S. tour, which I just want to announce the tour so I can stop saying I can't announce it. But it's with another band on this tour. It's a full U.S. tour. And then immediately after that, like literally like a week later, we leave for Europe and the UK with Beartooth. And we do, that's like a 5-week run, and that literally brings us right up to almost like Christmas time.
Oh wow.
And then after that, we're going to be doing a couple special like New England tri-state area holiday gigs and little surprises. And then hopefully for another full US tour that we're working on now. And then that leads us into next summer, and there's going to be a couple of new music videos coming out. We have a really cool special project that we just me and our label just got together about and started talking about this cool little project we're going to do, so I'm really excited about that.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but there's just so much that's coming. I mean, this is like, the record came out 2 weeks ago, and this is like the time we're just doing everything. And it's funny because most of these little projects that are popping up are, I feel like Pure Noise, our label, and us kind of act on this organic level where we just wait to see what happens. We plan things out, we do press stuff, we have releases, and we have little things planned, but we really like to just see where things go. So like in choosing like singles after Warped Tour, we've chosen 4 singles, but then we're letting the rest choose themselves, and then they kind of like shuffle their way to the top. So we talk to kids here, we see what gets played on the internet, and so because of that, we had like these little brain ideas and then little things started happening. So now we have like all these cool projects that I'm like, oh, I get time off when I go home after this, but like not really.
Not really.
Because now we've got these projects and I'm like so psyched about it. I'm like, I don't even care. It's fine. I want to do it. So yeah, we're gonna be really busy. So
your downtime isn't downtime.
My downtime's never downtime.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not touring, I travel the country speaking at middle schools, high schools, and colleges for a living, like outside.
Oh, really?
And it's motivational speaking. I kind of hate that word, but I just talk to kids. It's like an extended version of what I do in between songs, I guess. So I never really have downtime. But I don't really look at it as, I mean, all the guys in my band don't. They all own their own companies, and they all do so much that downtime isn't real for us. Which I think that's why we've been in this for so long. I mean, I've been in the band for 8 years. Anna's been in the band for 11 years, and I just think that we just constantly moved.
Yeah.
So we look back and we were telling stories about this venue. We're like, wait, when was that? We're like 2010. Crap, that was 6 years ago. The first Warped Tour we're talking, and it just like, man, where's the time go? But I think that's because we don't do downtime. We just do on at all times.
And you're working working. Even though you're not on stage, you're still. How did you get into the speaking gig?
I for a while, I wasn't very open about my past, and I went through a bout of depression and suicide and a lot of things in my early 20s, and I wasn't very open about it until I started writing about it in Vanna songs and started seeing the reaction from kids, and I was like, oh, I wrote those songs out of like, oh, I have no material left, I guess I'll actually write something like about myself. And that kind of resonated with kids and stuff, and I met a few people who really encouraged me and pushed me and helped me tell my story, from like birth to now, and then kind of whatever, get all my ideas and my stories together. And I started speaking just kind of wherever I could, and then I started speaking in high schools, and now I have like representation and an agent, and I when I go home, I build curriculum for kids, and I've always worked with kids my whole life. I grew up in a family daycare. I worked for the YMCA after school program. I was a preschool teacher in my early 20s. So I've always worked with kids in some capacity. My heart has always been with the youth. So I think that's why I love being in a band so much and being in a band like this, because our target demographic is younger kids.
Yeah.
And so this is just a natural progression for me to like step out, even though I don't have the band behind me, and I have a lot to say. And I have a lot that I think these kids need to hear, because what we try to do at Vanna shows, what I always try to tell people, you'll understand because you're from this world, I try to bring the values of like the hardcore punk rock community to high schools where a bunch of kids maybe wouldn't go to a punk rock show. Okay. I try to bring that that aspect of freedom and no judgment and openness to high schools.
Right.
Because I think as a community out here, as far as like the musicians and the industry goes, I think we got it pretty right the way that we accept and treat and value people.
Right.
And I think that being a person that was on the outside of punk rock for a little while too, I think that punk rock has it right. Mm-hmm. And I think that the world could learn a lot from the musical community.
Yeah. I just talking to Cold Rain, and we were talking about the image of baby metal.
Yeah.
And how at first you see them and you're like, oh really, but they're out there, they're working, they're hard workers. Yeah. They're gonna take over the world. They're gonna
I just saw them play at the NVMAs and I was like, I don't know if I'm into this. And then I watched it and I was like, this is incredible.
Yes.
Their band is incredible. It's cool. And you know what it does for people? If nothing else, and this is always something I want people to remember, if nothing else, if a song didn't, or a record, or a band, or performance didn't necessarily save your life, or didn't dig you out of some like really bad hole, which most music does help with that, for 30 minutes you weren't worrying about the problems of your life and the world. For 30 minutes you were just enjoying creativity and positivity, and that alone is worth it in general.
Yeah, and it is, and you're right, we do accept everybody. We just,
I think we nailed it, man.
Yeah.
You walk around these fairgrounds and you're gonna see well-dressed indie kids and hardcore kids and kids with blue hair and piercings in their face, grown adults covered in tattoos. You're gonna see it all, and no one bats an eyelash. People just go, "Whoa, look at that dude, cool!" Like great mohawk,
cool mohawk, great color, or nice ink.
There's no one being like, "What are you doing?" And I think that spills over to like sexuality and gender and religion. I think it's like, cool, man, whatever you want, whatever you dig, whatever. Let's listen to some music,
Yeah.
I think that the world can take a little play out of the book of music.
Yeah, I mean, I have my daughter just had a baby. I'm a grandfather now.
Congrats.
Thank you. He's awesome. His name is Maximus, and I said Maximus Prime.
Yeah.
And my daughter said, "You mean like the Maximus, the 17th century warrior?" I'm like, "Well, I was going Transformers, but okay, whatever." Yeah, whatever. And my son's 18, and he's very quiet. He's not as outgoing, but he is, he's got those one-liner jokes. He's always funny and
sure.
But I've tried to instill to them, like, it doesn't matter who you are. If they're an asshole to you, just leave them alone.
Yeah,
just walk away, but accept people for, if they're good to you, be good to them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel like people like that, assholes, people who are just whatever, they get weeded out of this community pretty fast.
Yeah, they do.
No one has time for that stuff.
No, and
this isn't high school. This isn't. We're not doing this. So I feel like they get pushed to the side pretty fast.
Yeah.
you would never think so. And like also then the flip side of that is like Vanna's really good friends with the main and like Sleeping with Sirens. Like we're all here for the same reason because music changed our lives.
Yeah.
No matter if you're playing metal or hardcore or indie rock or pop punk, none of that matters. Because backstage we're all just hanging out like one big family. So I was want to stress out the kids. Kids get wrapped up in like labels. I'm a pop punk kid. I like hardcore. I like metal. Like, yo, you mean tell me you only listen to metal? You're going to bed. You listen to metal. You're trying to get like intimate with your lady. You're listening to metal. You're making breakfast in the morning. You're listening to metal. That's not true. It can't be true.
Yeah.
There's so many different moods in life, and therefore there's so many different genres of music to like bring you through that. And that's exactly what Warped Tour is.
Yeah, I like the diversity of the different thing. We had we have an app out there called Asgard Connect, and it connects smaller touring bands with people around the world around the country. I'm sorry, that will put bands up to help them out. And I had a band called Bad Remedy stay at my house the other night, and we were talking about how we listen to different music. I listen to Sinatra.
Great.
And the Rat Pack. I love Sinatra. Any chance I get. And then when I'm studying, because I'm in grad school, I listen to Tchaikovsky and Bach and stuff like that. Yeah, and so I mean, it's you can't listen, like you said, you can't listen to it all the time.
No.
You can't.
My favorite record of all time is Paul Simon Graceland.
Is it really?
My favorite record.
That's a great album. It's a great
I'll listen to that night and day.
Yeah.
That people, when I say that, are like, really? I'm like, well, I grew up on it. My mom listened to it. I love it. It reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get down and listen to heavy music, but it's got to be for a reason and at a time, you know?
Yeah.
And for the most part, my whole life is listening to heavy music at shows and playing it. So like, when I get off stage, I want like quiet, I want peace.
Yes. And like when I'm on air, I play all these bands from all over the world. Some are really hard, some aren't. But when I get off air and it's time for me time, I read. Right now, I'm kind of into ancient ideologies.
Cool.
I just read the Bhagavad Gita from Hindu.
Awesome.
I'm reading Asgard Radio. I'm reading ancient Viking.
I was gonna say that. I mean, that name alone tells me you guys are interested in some stuff.
And I've read the Torah. I've read the Quran.
It's really good to educate yourself on kind of everything in the world. I kind of have, me and my bass player always have these like very deep like third eye talks, dimensional talks when we're driving the van. And I always just think I think it's interesting to read about as many things as I can, and not necessarily subscribing to something or saying, oh, this is my life now.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting to read about the world around us and to, get different, it helps the writing with music because it just gets different influences.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely helps me like come from a different part and writing to like hit some lyrics. Actually, I was doing a lot of reading about like different dimensional things and then science and emotions being hand in hand. And so a lot of this new record is like, people have said it sounds like there's a lot of clarity on it. I'm like, well, there's a reason for that. There's a lot of reading and a lot of like thinking, and there's a reason why there's clarity on this record. So,
and writing music, you get influences from a lot. It's not just.
I carry around a notebook with me. I just actually took it out of my pocket. And I just write down everything. I had a seminar yesterday, a writing seminar with kids, and I was telling them, take a notebook around everywhere you go and write down everything. And one of the kids is like, well, I feel like I write down meaningless things. And I'm like, it's not meaningless. Think about this. Like, we have a song called Leather Feather on our new record. And it's just about how I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life. And I'm kind of a wiser, thicker-skinned person. But I'm happier. I feel free. I feel super light, you know. And the song is about how just because you have a smile on your face doesn't mean you're a weak person. there's the chorus. Like, it just like, so you never know. So influence can come from any place at any time. So that's why I always try to, you know, and I like to write it down instead of putting it in my phone.
Yeah.
Like, physical, actually writing it out, or remember where I wrote it down,
Yeah.
what I wrote. So yeah, there's influence that is from everywhere, and I just think that it's important to like take those influences in. So like, yes, like for the most part on this new record, I was listening before I was recording. I was listening to a ton of like A$AP Rocky and like a lot of like and Drake and like a lot of really good like hip hop to get like really good flow. But then I was listening to so much Pantera to get like that rage and that kind of like disposition. And you know, after I recorded the record, I was like, yeah, you can tell what bands I was listening to in this. So
Yeah.
influence comes from everywhere.
Everywhere. It does. It really does.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. I mean, it's, you know, like you said, you can't do it all the time, and you need that, you know, kind of away time from the
Absolutely.
metal. And
it also makes you appreciate it more too.
Mhm.
You know, just like, you know, you can't really know true happiness until you know true sadness. Like,
Yeah.
you can't know how hard metal really is unless you try to do something else and then go back to it and like, dang, that's tough. I like that. You know? Like when I'm in the gym, for sure. Like we're listening to Pantera.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
listening to Hatebreed, like for sure.
Yeah, but when you're at home and like you said, you get
Hell,
with your
my wife
lady
and
and you're like,
stuff.
oh hell no.
Oh, I'm putting on like a Bob Dylan vibe or something, like making dinner with like low lights, you know? Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
You kids will understand one day when you turn 30 and you get married or do whatever.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna understand why you need that in your life.
Yeah. And now that I'm a grandfather, I got to go back to Disney and Nickelodeon.
Oh, you guys do it all over again now?
Yeah, I got it all over again.
I feel like the second time around though, you can kind of get like a little more creative and like have like more fun with it.
Yes.
It's not worrying this time. Like, oh my god, like if I turn around and he eats a stick, this is my kid, he's dead.
Mhm.
With your grandkid, you're like, well, I'm just granddad. I get to spoil this kid, have all the fun, and then you go home. Because you already did it.
Exactly. I raise my kids. My kids are good people.
Yeah.
And
Now it's time for them to raise good people.
yes, and my daughter, they wanted to go do Pokemon hunting.
Oh, yeah,
So
of course.
they dropped off Maximus, and he was kind of cranky, you know, and so I had to hold him a lot, and you know, and I was singing to him, and even my son's name is Anthony, and I call him Homie, and so Uncle Homie was singing to him, and he was real calm, and I told Heather, I said, you bring me a cranky kid again, I'm putting Pixie Sticks in his formula, and I'm going to send him home wired. He'll be walking at 2 months. And So, but what time do you guys go on today?
We go on today at 5:10, so I'm hoping it's going to cool down a little bit. I heard there might be some rain, but it doesn't really look like it's going to rain
No,
at all.
no.
We have 5:10, so I'm really excited. Chicago's an amazing area to play, and our merch show's been swamped all day today.
Yeah.
So I hope that means that people are going to stick around. If I get it, it's hot, and people sometimes are like, oh, no, I can't do it, I gotta go home. Especially like, I'm going to wait 6 hours for a guy to yell at me on stage while I sweat. That doesn't even sound appealing at all. So hopefully everyone sticks around. Yeah,
I think they're going to, because it's Saturday, it's nice out.
It's Saturday, though, you're right.
Yeah, so I think everybody's gonna stick around. I really do, because I was kind of afraid with the rain, what they were calling for,
Right, yeah.
but it doesn't. I think it's more north.
They keep on pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Like, oh, it'll be at 1, no 2, it's going to start at 3 now. So
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, okay, you know what, though, I don't think you're gonna have, it'll cool down if it rains, people will
That'd
stay,
be
it'll be
great.
fine, it'll be fine, so. Thank you, sir, I appreciate your time, and hopefully, you know, we'll be seeing you down the road, and
So-
we'll keep up, you know, updated with you, and,
Yeah, we got all the online things, so just stay up with all that stuff
Yeah.
when we come to the air. We will be back to Chicago in October.
Okay.
We will be back at the club's so sick. It's my favorite club in Chicago. We play there with Beartooth. Why am I blanking on the name of it?
Bottom Lounge?
Not Bottom Lounge. Love Bottom Lounge.
Home?
No.
No. Reggie's?
No, it's like downstairs. It's kind of small, long bar.
Livewire?
No, long bar. The door opens. The bar's in the back. Why am I blanking on this name? We're coming to Chicago.
Don't worry, don't be in Chicago.
Figure it out. You guys probably know. They're probably screaming the vet.
Yes!
It's this place. Why don't you know it? I'll never.
We'll figure it out, but
It's awesome. Come back.
we will definitely get your tour on our Facebook page.
Cool.
We'll post it up for you. And even if you guys are touring through and you need a place to stay, give me a call.
Make that app up that you're talking about.
Yeah, Asgard. It's Asgard Connect.
Cool.
And I just started it. I only got about 8 people, but I update it every month.
Yeah.
So I got 2 more people to put on there as of right now.
We can spread that word real quickly about
I would appreciate it because I want as many people on there so we can help anybody and everybody that needs help. Because, Bad Remedy came and it was funny because everybody was taking a shower. And I'm like, you guys gotta wait till it gets hot water. They're like,
Don't care.
But they don't care. It was cold, they were taking showers, it was like,
shower.
yeah, 6 people in the shower, in and out. It was like one go down the hall, you come back, you the other one. It was just I'm like,
Life in a van.
yeah, exactly. And they were like, oh my God. They were like, I feel like I should go take a new photo for my driver's license.
Yes. Back to life again.
Yeah, so again, thank you, and we will be seeing you down the road. Vanna, check them out, go buy their stuff, and we'll be seeing them in Chicago again soon.
Very soon.
We are at Warped Tour in Tinley Park, Asgard Radio.